Hello everybody, we are here for Commander this week. I'm going to be playing a big green deck, pretty much. It's based around Omnath, so this guy here on the side. Green mana doesn't empty from your pool as steps change phase, and he gets +1 for each mana in your pool, so pretty much it's just going to be attempting to store mana in between turns and then just win with a big attack. So let's jump into it. I kind of do like starting off with 3 lands with this deck. It doesn't have a heap in there, and that just went so much worse. What are we up against? So Felon of the Havenwood. Each fungus gets +1 for each creature, for each spore counter on it. Exile a fungus card from your graveyard. This isn't going to go well. Jury End, so whenever you cast your second spell for each turn, draw a card. And Nicol Bolas. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Nicol Bolas unless you pay the Grixis. Whenever it deals damage to an opponent, that player discards his or her hand. That's pretty good. Well, that'll do. And I'll keep that on top, definitely. So let's hope that we can draw another mana in between now. What do we got there? Alright, yep. Passing priority. In my last game that I just tried, I wasn't able to cast my commander, but it looks like we are able to this game, so that's good. Well, this guy looks like he's trying to be helpful. Yep. So I expect this game is going to take a little bit longer than the some of the previous videos that I've done, just having the 4 players. Even if I do lose, I will hang around just to sort of commentate what's happening as well. We'll be able to go over everything, I suppose. What do we got on the field? I should probably be paying attention to this. So putting a spore counter, remove 3 spore counters, create a token, sacrifice a token, and you just get a mana. So Chrome Mox is just a ramp. Ooh, this is not going to go well for me. Okay, so there is a little bit of a mill aspect to this, to my deck as well. Just getting lots of mana. There's a couple of various mill cards. I now realise that I probably should have played that land second, but hopefully we'll draw a land next turn. Just got a counter on there. What are they doing? Okay, put a spore counter on it. Oh, there was the other one that is. No, it's just very similar. Oh, okay. So it's essentially the same card, except it sacrifices Sapperling for 2 life instead of a token. What's the top 5 cards of your library? Reveal an instant or sorcery from among them. Okay. Peer through. What is that? Oh, so you just revealed Impulse. So you revealed Impulse, so it's top 4 cards. Yep, that's cool. Play down Jorian. So now whenever they cast their second spell for each turn, they will draw a card. Imagine that gets out of hand quite quickly in a deck like that. Does Guildgate, yep. So they now have all of their colours. They will, however, not be able to cast Bolus anytime soon. That's good. Come on, let's draw land. Damn it. Okay. This is going to be a rough game. Hopefully they just won't pick on me for a little while then. So I've played a couple of these games as well. This is one of my own decks. This is the one that I play with my group of friends as well. Slightly altered just because I didn't want to pay for the Oblivion Stone and a couple of other cards that were $20 odd. But it's mostly the same thing. I found that it's very much not in the same league as a lot of the other decks that are being played. It's not particularly slow, but it just doesn't work a lot of the time, as you're seeing right now. So they don't seem to have done too much. No, they're just getting their spore counters and continuing on. So it looks like they're about to draw a card. With Jurian, I'd take it. They are happy to do so. Or welcome to do so. There's Brittle Effigy. Exile target creature. It's not too big a problem. You scourge your hand. Interesting. Only any time you could cast an instant. That's an interesting one. So I'm kind of hoping for the Wheel of Fortune right now. Give me some lands, hopefully. Cards in hand at the moment aren't too interesting for the moment. They're attacking that guy over there. Sort of makes sense. He's currently the most threatening. Ashling the Pilgrim. Put a counter on Ashling. If it's the third time this ability resolved in its turn, remove all counters and deals that much damage to each creature and each player. That's pretty cool. It's going to be an annoying little board wipe, I think. Okay, got me a land, that's good. Got that ever so slight mill, and then I'll be able to throw down my commander, and then I can maybe start doing stuff in the following turns. If I survive long enough. So much priority. Okay, that's good. I'm a little confused as to why that's red though, but I am okay for that to happen. It's just... There isn't a card on here that's making things different colours, is there? I don't think there is. Not yet, anyway. They've got something to do this turn, that's good. Might just be playing the commander, they certainly are. So that makes those creatures on the field a lot more dangerous now. Or will do if they make it. Or if it makes it on there. Yep. Or not. Oh, there's a small counter. That's an elf. I'm actually a little confused why that one isn't plus. It might just be for when this one here has counters on it. Interesting. Cards and discards your cards until up to 3 lands. That's a good card. So as you can probably tell here, I'm not super familiar with a lot of the commander decks, just as I'm not super familiar with a lot of the other formats. I mean, I've seen some things with Jorian and some things with Nicol Bolas, but not usually anything too fantastic. And they're taking extra turns already. Goody. So where we stand at the moment, I'm going to say that this Omnath, whatever the hell it is, it's a top middle guy. He's probably going to be doing the best, I think. And they're attacking. That guy over there. Okay. It might not matter, but they could remove the spore counters from one of the fungus and just double block, but obviously they didn't do that. Now they get their second turn, and hopefully their last one for this round of turns. It will be painful if they get another one. That I'm okay with. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure why they did that, but whatever. So it looks like we're drawing 5 new cards. Excellent. Got some lands, got Omnath of the Awakening. Means that if I am able to, I should be able to block. Where's that one? Ah, spells cost 1 less. Excellent. Might be able to do some other things as well then. So staying defensive. So next turn I think I can cast Animist of the Awakening, do a forest, and attack for 3 damage. I don't really think it matters who I attack. That's just getting another land out on the field, which is exactly what I want. Okay, so do the old mill one. Cast Animist of the Awakening. I'm assuming that it actually might be better to cast the Into the Wilds. I don't counter it. Oh, why you gotta do that, man? Why you gotta do that? That's annoying. Suppose I don't really have an option. Hopefully they don't counter something else of mine. Specifically the Into the Wilds here. Oh, piss off. Piss off. Why you do that? Why me? For some reason that person is the most afraid of me. Not entirely sure why. That's annoying. Yay, I have a bird. Yeah, well. Next turn I can cast that staff, hopefully, maybe. We'll see how we go there, but no longer attacking. I don't think you can read the comments at the moment, but he's just said, sorry, needed my trigger. Needed to draw his card, apparently. Couldn't have it any other way. Battlefield, target opponent gets... Oh. Goodbye, Omnath. You were good. Oh, maybe. If it enters the battlefield under your control. Yep. Now it's a goodbye, Omnath. Wouldn't make any sense to do any of the other ones unless he can put down 3 creatures to get rid of Jurian. Yeah, interesting. It is good. I do like it. Good, good. One more. Perhaps sacrificing for a couple of mana. Just a better keep put a sport counter on him. Cool. And the question is, do they have any pump? They don't. That is good. I mean, they can easily cast that again, so it's not really a problem, but it's more of an annoyance if anything else, if nothing else. Yep, that dude's doing that. Good. Imagine they're going to be casting Jurian straight up, given that it only costs him 4 mana, I think, so. Yep, oh, Gilded Lotus. Gilded Lotus is pretty good too. I think it makes sense for them to have cast Jurian first unless he's going for a different route, different plan, perhaps. Yeah, if they'd done that the other way around, then they would have just been able to. But I suppose they wouldn't have had as much diversity with the mana, because it would have just all been. Well, maybe not been able to do it actually. Maybe that makes sense. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I needed 9 to do that. Okay, fair enough then. I hate to do that. That makes sense. Imagine that dude there is just kind of hanging out for another red mana. Can clear the board. Tapping for the old Grixis colours, eh? What are you up to? No, that's alright. Extra 3 colourless mana. As soon as he finds it, oh no, maybe. I think next turn can start casting Bolus. Got the 2 black, the 2 blue, and the 2 red there, plus that one there. Yeah, so Bolus begins next turn. This is going to be fun, isn't it? So unless I still draw something special, which I certainly did not, I'm just going to pass the turn, and at the end of Kamura Bro's turn there, I'm going to hopefully store all my mana. And then be able to play a few things next turn. I'm actually realising that a second card each turn might not have done too badly. But, oh well. I should really read the cards that I've got in my hand. Wonder if they can kill Jurian again. It definitely does seem to be a problem. What do we got? Cattle War Pride must be blocked by exactly one creature if able. Every attacks create X tokens that are copies of Nikado Pride and they're attacking. Where X is the number of creatures defending player controls, exile those tokens out of the set. That's pretty cool. Nah. That, I probably really should have paid attention there. Crap. Butts. Really, really needed that to survive. Oh well. That's interesting. What do they got? So mystical tutor searching for this sorcery. Scan, yep. Can't doubt that this guy has a working deck. I think it would do me best just to play the Staff of Nim next turn. Just leave the Angel until I'm about to die, and then I might be able to scrounge out around it, scrounge out an extra turn. I can dig through time there. It's been a while since I've seen that cast. So I'm realizing that when people play when you do the 4-player games against people who have reasonable decks, some of these things can take a little while. Some of these turns take a little while to play. This might not be why I play a whole heap of Commander, but, well, not 4-player Commander anyway. 2 and 3-player Commander, that's always fun, but I might just do one-on-ones from here on out, just to make the games a little bit quicker, I think. They're copying Gilded Lotus. That was a hell of a turn. Here I am casting nothing and being an idiot by not pumping up. My own commander. Admittedly, at the current state, I'm a little unsure as to where exactly or how exactly this guy is going to win. Certainly doesn't seem to have too many creatures, and it's just a Seems to just be casting a whole heap of spells each turn. And I'm sure there's a point to it. Treachery in itself is one of the things. Go through the depths. Yeah. Arcane Denial. A counter target spell. Its controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of the next. You draw a card at the beginning of your next turn. Well, if it counts as something of mine, then at least. Ugh. Shuffle everything in the exile top card out of time and we'll play that paying its cost. Holy crap. So till end of turn. Yep. Turn twister. Whew. Yeah, that was a hell of a thing. Ugh. You can have that and I don't even know. City of Brass. Why not? Let's just do that. Yeah, you got to draw some cards. I mean, it's not exactly what I wanted to do, but this guy getting a grape shot now. It kind of seems that way, doesn't it? He's just trying to infinite combo out here. This is going to get dangerous. So I think we've got a Storm deck on our hands. When I say think, I'm pretty sure that I saw Grape Shot earlier, so... this is getting rough. I wonder if they can just kill us all right now. Oh, there's another way of doing it. He's just trying to mill himself. Huh. Okay, that guy's at least got a plan. Yep. Guy's got 18 mana in his pool. 6 cards in hand. This is not going to go well. Convoke, that makes sense. Well, if I'm not mistaken, they do already have a, well, they already had a counter spell anyway, but Tongue Twister it up. What do we got this time? Seems to be just a rinse and repeat. They're bound to get gut shot eventually. Sure. That'll do. Why not? Yep. I don't remember what the other options were. Okie dokie. Jeez. My deck can, like, kill everyone in one turn as well. It's just not quite this complex. Don't typically have to mill out absolutely everything to do it. It kind of seems like they're just trying to, what does that even do? Why not? Who is that? That's theirs. Good. Well, they're not going to get milled. So I'm pretty sure if they just activate Duck Fade in here, they just win. I think. They're just making sure. Yeah, well, that was interesting. Wow. So didn't really get a chance to see it, but here is the deck. So Omnath is obviously the commander there, but I will just go a little bit further across. We've got a few utility lands there, like Nykthos, Reliquary Tower, Ghost Quarter. I've got like the I've got the Tron lands in there as well, just for some reason. It's pretty much just try and get mana, and then just win in one hit. So Scoop Mob gets bigger the more land you got. Alter the Brood, and there is also something else. I think the Sands of Delirium. Alter the Brood, there's quite a number of tokens that come in with, say, Avenger of Zendikar, Zendikar's Royal, Rampaging Baloth, I believe, is in here. There's a few other ones as well, I think. So they just help trigger it a lot. There have been times when you can just kind of mill. So Sands of Delirium, obviously, you get 100. You've got 30 or 40 mana. You can just mill them 30 cards. So quite fun. Elixir is just a way of just refueling, I suppose. Go back to square one. Glaring Spotlight gets you, just allows you to really get through it, get through any blockers, and it also removes hexproof from your opponents. So it's quite useful. Soul Ring because Soul Ring. Evolutionary Leap, again with the tokens, it's quite a useful card. Feed the Clans, just a little bit of life gain. Quest for Renewal untaps the creatures, so it just allows us to attack and then have blockers as well. Sword of Animus, getting just more land. Awakening Zone gets the Eldrazi not scions in this one, are they? Spawns. Beast Within is the part of the limited removal that this deck can have at a budget anyway. Beastmaster Ascension, just more attack power, more power in the attack. Mana Gorger, because there's going to be heaps of spells being cast usually. Rites of Flourishing, because I need more land. Bow of Nalia. So it's mostly just for the death touch while attacking, because a lot of the time when I'm attacking they do have trample, so you can just deal the 1 damage, trample over for the rest. But there is also just a little bit of things like the 2 damage to flyers, the life, the counter is rarely used. Corso just card advantage with the land and gains a little bit of life. Eternal Witness is always fun. Nissa, again, lots of creatures on the field. Predator Ooze is just an all-right creature, I suppose. The Indestructible provides a good blocker. So from the Beyond, in my actual version of this deck, I've got a couple more Eldrazi, just a few more of the expensive ones. So I'm now realizing that could probably just not be in this because it pretty much searches just for Bane of Balaged. It's not too bad just giving the sign token at the beginning of each turn anyway, but it is nowhere near as useful. Oh, I've also got Void Winnower. Oh, so I've still got a few Eldrazi in here. Forgotten about those. Frontier Siege, usually for Khans. I don't think I have too many creatures with flying except for the Hornet Queen. Into the Wilds, extra land. Can often get quite a bit of devotion, so that one's handy. Nylea is good for trampling. Harmonize, a bit of card draw. Solemn Silumcrum is for the extra land. Nevinrod's Disc is pretty much just to reset as much as possible. I don't have a lot of, as mentioned, I don't have a lot of removal. I think it's pretty much that. The Beast Within and Ugin, whatever the hell you pronounce it. So it is useful to have. Acidic Slime for some removal, not always the good stuff. More mana. Clonian Hydra is just a good green creature. Overwhelming Stampede, again, when you've got a 12/12 Omnath and 5 other creatures and they all just happen to get plus 12, it can end the game pretty quickly. Seaborn Muse just allows everything to be redone on everybody else's turn. So in particular, like Sands of Delirium, so you can mill them for 10, and then on their turn mill them for another 10, and then on the next person's turn mill them for another 10. It can be very, very useful. A bit more card draw, bit of flying defense. Just another solid green creature. So hopefully with all the lands coming out, especially with things like the Boundless Realms, that can trigger a lot of times. Same with Rampaging Bayless with the landfall. Garrick just helps get more creatures. Just puts them onto the field, draw more cards. Ring of Three Wishes helps to search for some cards. So card draw, mana, put more creatures onto the field. Just pretty much just big good green creatures. Same with Avenger and Hornet Queen, Balaged, Platinum Angel, just to try and help out. Endurance of Archetype of Endurance, a bit just another anti-hexproof thing for the opponents. Ugin, really good card. It is kind of annoying in this deck. Obviously, a lot of my stuff is green, and if I'm going to be exiling big things, it's going to be getting rid of a lot of my stuff as well. Void Winnow, so they can't block with even things. More lands. Search for creature is always good. Genesis Hydra is another good card. Primordial Hydra. Court of Calling, another search card. Decimated Provinces was my Craterhoof Behemoth replacement. A lot cheaper, so that was the one I put in. Genesis Wave is the card that is probably my favourite card in the deck. For those who don't know, it's reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of permanent cards with CMC of X or less from among them onto the battlefield, then put all other cards into the graveyard. So that's 3 green and then just X. So my favourite thing to do with this card is to cast it for 20 or 30 or so, and then hit Eternal Witness with it, return it to hand, and in that 20 or 30 I've hit another 15 or 20 lands. Sorry, 5 to 10 lands. So, and usually there's something else that doubles mana or something to do with devotion, so you can just cast it again for another 20 or 30, and it shoots through your entire deck. Obviously, all of the non-creature or non-permanent stuff just gets wasted, but pretty much all of the deck is permanents except for a few cards. It's pretty much just some of like Beast Within. There's a couple of other cards as well, but for the most part everything tends to hit the field. But that is this week's Magic. Wasn't very exciting because we didn't get to do much. Not only did we get a bad draw, but the Jorian player just kind of went off and did exactly what his deck's supposed to do. Not a particularly fun way of playing. It's not my fun way of playing, at least a multiplayer game like this. It's alright when you're playing one-on-one, but yeah, it obviously works. It's a much more competitive deck than this one. But yeah, that's it for this week. Next week, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do actually. I might do another Commander one maybe tomorrow, just a one-on-one. Might try out this deck again, but we will see how we go. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week or maybe tomorrow, and hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.